She was exhausted. Another late night, another shift that barely covered her rent, and another day where dreams felt too far away. Emily worked as a waitress in a busy bar, not because she loved the job, but because life had left her with no other choice. Her mother was sick, bills were piling up, and her younger brother still needed her support. She had almost nothing left to give, but she gave anyway, because that's who she was. That night, the bar was louder than usual. A football game had just ended, and the crowd was rowdy. Emily moved quickly between tables, balancing trays with practiced grace, smiling at customers even when her feet ached and her hands trembled. But then, in the corner of the bar, she noticed something. A man sitting alone, quietly sipping his drink, became the target of a group of drunk, angry men. It started with words, harsh, mocking, aggressive, and before anyone could stop it, one of them shoved the man. Chairs scraped, voices rose, and fists were about to fly. Most people froze, waiting for the fight to break out, but Emily didn't. She dropped her tray, rushed forward, and stepped between them. Her heart was racing, her voice shaking, but she looked those men in the eyes and said, "Not here. Not tonight. This place is for peace, not for fighting." They laughed at her at first, but there was something in her voice, something firm, unshakable. She stood her ground until the bartender and a few others pulled the men away. The man she had just defended looked stunned. He didn't say much at first, just thanked her quietly and left shortly after. Emily didn't think about it again. To her, it was just what needed to be done. The next morning, though, her life changed forever. She walked into the bar for her next shift and found the same man waiting there, not in casual clothes this time, but in a suit. He smiled at her and said, "You probably don't know who I am. I'm Richard Lawson, the CEO of this entire chain." Emily froze. She couldn't believe it. The man she had stood up for in the middle of a chaotic bar fight was the one who owned the very place she worked. Richard told her he had been quietly visiting different locations, trying to understand what really went on behind the scenes. What he saw that night wasn't just bravery, it was heart. Emily didn't just save him. She showed him the kind of courage and compassion that no amount of money could buy. And then he did something that left her in tears. He offered her a new position, something stable, something with real growth, something that could change the course of her life. He told her, "You reminded me what this company should stand for: people who care, people who protect others even when they have nothing to gain." Emily had no idea that one act of courage, one moment of standing up when it mattered most, would open a door she had thought was forever closed. She wasn't just a waitress anymore. She became a leader, a symbol of kindness and strength. And maybe that's the lesson for all of us. You never know who's watching. You never know when a small act of courage can change everything. Emily didn't save a CEO that night. She saved a human being, and in return, her own life was saved too. So if you're listening to this, remember, your kindness, your bravery, your willingness to do what's right, even when it's hard, those are the things that can change the world. Sometimes, the smallest light shines brightest in the darkest room.